Um, Go Dogs. If you guys didn't already know, I'm a Georgia fan, which you probably can't tell just because of the stuff behind me. It might throw you off a little bit, but I am a Georgia fan, and Georgia right now is the number one team in the country. I don't care what the polls say. Georgia looks the most complete. And if it wasn't for Kirby trying to mess up our rhythm by throwing in Stetson Bennett, we would have beat the brakes off that team, which we did beat the brakes off of them, but still. Good evening. But what's up, everybody? Today is going to be a special show because, one, I have COVID, and COVID is kicking my ass like bad. How many points North Carolina State beat Clemson by? I think y'all just had a bad game, Tater Lord. I think y'all's defense is lights out. Y'all just got to get it together on offense. And then two, we're going to have BA come on. We'll try to have Rano come on at the same time. We'll see what he's doing. And then after that, we'll get to some calls. And today's show may only be about an hour because I don't know how much I have in me. I don't have a lot of stamina, don't have a lot of energy, but I knew that it would make me feel better to get up and get moving and talk to you guys and hear back from you. But yeah, what's up to Tanil Calvino? Yes, Go Dogs, by the way. The Real Big Lee said something a little different. He says, Go Dogs. Colby says something a little different. Go Dogs. So yeah, I appreciate that, guys. I think that's very true. Yeah, Chase. Well, trust me, I'll get to that because I was very impressed by that win. Thank you, Tater Lord. I'm trying to, big dog. It's kicking my tail, man. It's definitely kicking my tail. But so, like I said, guys, we'll have just first probably 20 minutes. Like I said, I'll have BA call in. I'm going to message Rano right now, see if he's busy. I know he said he was cutting grass. And then we'll see. After that, we'll get into the call-in part. And I'll take calls from you guys, whether you want to talk about Georgia. I know Chase wants to talk about Memphis. Tater Lord, if you want to call in and talk about how good Clemson did against Georgia Tech, I would like to hear that. What's up, Big Lee? And so we'll see. What's up, big dog? Let's see. We'll ask him if he is free. But aside from that, guys, that'll be the game plan for today. We'll get to it, and then, we'll ad-lib as we go. How about that? We'll ad-lib as we go. I didn't even see the game, Chase. I got to see it. Later tonight, I'll probably turn it on while I'm laying down. So we'll go ahead and move on. BA, are you ready? If you are, I'm going to get you to call in, or I'll call you, and then we'll see what Rano is doing. And then, which I've already texted him. We'll wait on him to text back, and then if we need to, we'll call him. But yeah, we'll see how good of a show we can have today. The Tiger Baskins being not 100%. We'll see how well Tiger Baskins can do. All right, I'm about to call you, dude. Gonna wear my bag over my head that says out of plays this week while watching the game. Yikes. That's tough, bro. That is a little tough. I don't blame you, though. I'd be upset, too, if I were you. I'd be upset. Oh, yeah, I saw that, Chase. He was down, by the way. The ball was down, and at first I didn't believe it, Chase, until I saw the replay. But his knee was down while his hand was on it. And I know you have to have possession, but if your knee is down while touching the ball, then it is considered down. So, really, that's the referees. The referees F that up, but you can't go back and change it now. So, it is what it is, really. There ain't crap you can do about it, honestly. All right, let's see. Why can I not find Battle Angel? BA, where you at? I can't find you on my cellular device. Still, you know what? I'm just going to go to contacts because I only got like 12 contacts on my new phone. All right, here we go.
This is Alita from Noggin's Hair Salon. I'm unable to answer the phone. If you could.
Oh, I thought she was trolling me. I thought you were trolling me. You'll have to call me, dude. Because it went straight, which you may have, I guess you were probably in the process of calling me. But I can't wait to talk about Georgia because y'all already know that I'm lit. Only 2 holding calls the whole game. There we go. I'm feeling all right, Colby. I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily feeling better. I've been doing nothing but spitting up blood and blowing blood out my nose all day today. So that's.
I hope you're kidding.
No, I'm being for real. I've been I guess because I've been blowing my nose so much lately, trying to get a lot of the congestion out. I've had a lot of red. We'll just say that. So yeah, that's about it. Why you think I'm kidding? You hear me? Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. You said you hope I'm kidding. Why? I'm not kidding.
Well, I mean, coughing up blood, that's scary.
It is what it is. Like I said, I'm gonna whoop COVID's ass one way or another.
You definitely are, but I mean, I know those first couple of, days, maybe what is. How long has it been? It's been a couple days, or
the symptoms started Wednesday, and then like I said, I think it's just because I've been blowing my nose so much to get the congestion out, and coughing up a lot. That it's just kind of a lot. Today has been a lot of red.
Oh yeah, I know. Oh, man, I feel bad for you. I really do. So I mean, besides. I've never had the flu before, but I can imagine that it's horrible. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so.
That's about it, though. I'm definitely feeling. I feel worse today than I did yesterday, but I'm still, staying hydrated and all that. Making sure that I force myself to eat and do all the little things, but. I just had a friend or, a guy I used to be friends with about 2 days ago. His dad. Yeah, I do have it, Michael Vick. I got the corona from you, by the way. No, I do have it, though, Vic. That's why I sound like death right now. But my friend's dad, he just passed away from it. Man. Because he had the same thing. Like, I don't just have COVID. I have the Delta variant, whatever that is. The
new little strain or whatever. Yeah, dude, I don't even know. Yeah, now they're saying that too, since the ones that are like fully vaccinated, they actually have to go back for a third shot, which supposedly is quote unquote a booster shot. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't even know. So
yeah,
so if that's the case, they're saying 6 months after your last or like your second shot, which means that I would have to get mine in October. So.
Oh, okay. So you will have to get Well, good luck. Hopefully it doesn't hit you too hard. Hopefully it doesn't hit you too hard. I know Steven and them upstairs, he had gotten the second shot probably about 2 weeks ago, and dude, he didn't get out of the bed for a full day.
Oh yeah, the first shot was fine. I mean, the next day I woke up, my arm was really sore. I was feeling a little lethargic, but the next day it was fine. The second shot. Probably right after the 12-hour mark is when I started feeling really, really, really crappy. I mean, like I was chills, like body aches. I never ran a fever, but yeah, I mean, like it literally took me 2 days to get over that second shot. But I prepared myself because like a lot of people told me that the second shot would probably be the worst for me. So I had already taken like, the days off of work that I needed and stuff like that. So, and even by the time Friday rolled around, which is my early day, my day that I get at 3:30 in the morning, I still wasn't 100%, but I was feeling a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, it was horrible. My kids were like, "I've never seen you like this, Mom." I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "That second shot, yeah, not cool."
Well, this definitely kicked my tail. I know Wednesday I woke up when it first hit, and I thought I was just dehydrated. I just got back from Athens a weekend before. I thought I was just dehydrated. And then like Tuesday afternoon, we went out on the job, and we probably went out for about 3.5 hours. We did like pest control for probably 6 or 7 houses on one huge land. It was like a wedding venue. And so I just thought, maybe I got overheated. And I'm thinking, dude, I do nothing but train and coach all freaking day. So after that, I went out and had practice and had training. I was like, maybe I just didn't drink enough water. And so Thursday came around.
Run down, you had a long day. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't think that you're, so, I mean, you can talk about it and you've seen people that have gotten it, but it's like, yeah, you don't ever think that it's going to happen to you. So,
And that's why Thursday when it hit me, I was just like, I've never felt like this. So I went and got tested, and then Friday night they sent back and it was like, tested positive, Delta variant, you are in a lot of shit. And I was like, damn.
Yeah. So, I mean, did they say too, like, because this is what I've always like wondered, because my sister and my niece have actually gotten corona. They didn't have, this was before the whole Delta variant or the new variant came out, but it's like once you catch it or like get it, can you get it again?
I know I've seen people get it twice, but my understanding would be, either you get the vaccine to help you be more immune to it, or if you got it and you survive it, you're probably going to be more immune to it as well.
Right, because your antibodies have probably built up to it, like or have built up to, see, like I never understand, because like that's the thing, like with the flu, it's like even though you got it, like say 1 year you got the flu, it's still possible that next year you could get the flu, so I just always wondered if, corona worked like that too. So, I mean, I haven't heard my sister say that she's gotten it again, but,
yeah.
So, and I haven't really heard of anybody else having it like twice, but I mean, I have heard that, I've had friends that have been fully vaccinated and they've gotten it, so yeah, it's like, I don't know what to think anymore, honestly. So.
Well, and I don't just have normal antibodies, guys. Like I have Tiger Baskins antibodies. So like, that's like really strong. So I'm not, I just, main thing, like I said, has been, if I lay down for so long, I feel worse and worse and worse. But when I start moving around and, like I said, I was going to make myself do this today. It does feel better to get up, to breathe, to have to take deep breaths and to have to move around. I feel sore. Like I feel like I just ran a 5K and my body's not wanting to, take steps, the normal step amount, the normal length. Like I'm taking everything smaller, all of it. It's just, it's definitely, like I said, it's fighting me. I've never.
I can imagine.
This, but no, definitely, I feel like I'm fighting it well though. I don't feel like my mindset has given. That's for sure.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. As like when it comes to things like that, you just don't try and overexert yourself. I mean, just take it nice and slow. I mean, like I honestly don't think you doing the stream is going to be detrimental to your recovery.
For sure.
But just take it nice and slow. And I mean, work is okay. I mean, like they were like, okay, cool, yeah, you've got it. Get better, come back when you're better. I mean,
that's good. Oh, you're asking me about my work?
Yeah, I'm asking you about it because, like I said, that was one thing that I was kind of concerned with because I know, like I said, you just started that job, so.
I know, but my guy, my boss is really neat. Like I had said this a while back, but I had showed a picture on here of a kid that had gotten in a wreck last year and passed away.
Yeah, I remember. I remember you telling the story about that. Like how you knew him and how he offered you the job and everything. So yeah, I mean that's amazing too. So I mean.
He's
obviously,
really good
you guys already have a good relationship going. So, but and I'm happy for you with that because that does make it a lot easier. Because
sure.
I have known people that have, well, I mean, for example, we hired a driver, and he worked for us for 1 week. The following week, he got COVID. But I don't know, things were a little bit shady with him anyway to begin with, but
gotcha.
So it's like, it's one of those things. It's like, I mean, he was very,
y'all let his ass go.
We did. And I mean, I necessarily didn't have to fire him. Thank the Lord. I mean, cause I'm not good at that kind of stuff, but of course I had to discuss it with my boss and whatnot. But it's just one of those things. It's like, you've got to be very, you've got to learn how to communicate. And that was one of his major things. Like I would text him. And like he would never, like he basically ghosted me. You know,
I got you.
and it's not like one of those things like I wasn't being, like insensitive or anything. Like when he told me that he thought, that he probably had COVID, that he did the same thing you did. He thought that he was going in for a rapid test, but then, they were like, when they tested him, they were like, oh yeah, it's going to be about 1 to 3 days. So when he finally, called me and said, yeah, it finally came back and it is positive. But that's the thing. We never actually got proof.
Got you. I see what you're saying. Like he was more or less, there was always something.
Right. So I couldn't very much tell if he was being genuine in the fact that he had COVID, but then again, I didn't want to seem like I was being insensitive though either. So I was like, so every time I would try and get in touch with him, like the first thing that I would do when I text him is be like, hey, how are you? Just, touch base with you, making sure you're feeling better and, what the doctor said or, but it's like I said, like he would go for like 2 or 3 days without texting me back. And so finally, I mean, it's sad to say, but finally what ended up happening is because he had some items of ours that needed to be returned.
Yeah.
We had already found a replacement for him. But there was just some items and some paperwork that he needed to return to us. So we finally had to threaten him. We were like, hey, look, next call that we're going to make is going to be to the police, for theft, basically. So, but let me tell you, he texted me real quick after that.
That's what I was going to say is he probably whipped up real fast. Yeah, you can tell when people are shady. I definitely agree with that. I think that's huge. Well, and that's funny though. He got fired on his day off. Jay Shipe said that. That's funny.
No, not necessarily. He did not get fired on his day off. So,
okay.
Or not even, like I said, I mean, he was very non-communicative with us. I mean, between me and my boss, my boss would try to email him. My boss would try and call him. My boss would try and text him. I mean, I was doing the same thing. I tried to email him. I tried to call him. I tried to text him. And it's like just days without hearing anything, And like I said, there was no at point in time where like when I would reach out to him, I was being insensitive whatsoever because I mean, I get it, if you've got COVID, you've got COVID, but communication is the most important thing, so, and he just was not being communicative at all, so.
Well, I'll tell you how my day went yesterday. But real quick, I'm going to say, hey to Jay, my boy Huffer, Billy, Paul, and Colby. To Neil, happy to have you in here. Glad we got to see your face the other day. That was cool to be able to hang out with you.
That was amazing. So I know. And the first thing when I went over to Lou's house yesterday to watch the games and whatnot, the first thing he said was he was like, "Oh, so Tennille is real."
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. I said I never really had a doubt that she wasn't, but yeah, it was so nice to actually put a face to the name. So
Yes, and I thought it was funny. Her whole the horns down deal. I thought that was awesome.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious. So, Pizza Woman wanted to know how good was the Tommy fries yesterday. They were absolutely amazing, and I can't believe that I've gone 40 years without actually having them.
Really,
so,
they were that good.
They were delicious. I think what made them like good was the fact that they were like actual wedges, like potato wedges. They weren't like
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, yes.
That's pretty neat though, because I know a lot of times when somebody hypes something up, it's not that it's not good, but it's really tough to live up to the hype after so long. And it's like I can imagine that these still lived up and probably surpassed the hype.
Yes. They were beyond my expectations, definitely.
That's good.
So, yeah, they were really good.
The best thing that I think I've ever had from a college town, my brother used to date a girl that went to Auburn, and this was probably 10 years ago. And we would go to Auburn and, spend the weekend there. Well, when I say there's a place called Mama Goldberg's, have you ever heard of it?
I don't think so.
Well, they take a bag, the small bag of Doritos, and they put it in just like a metal pan, and they put 3 or 4 slices of pepper jack cheese over the top of it. And then as halfway as it's melted just a little bit, they take shredded chicken and put it over the top of it, and it melts into it. And then they scrape it up and put it on a plate. And
that sounds really good.
So
kind of reminds me of how Sonic has those Frito-Lay pies.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah. But to me, the Frito-Lay chips are too thick. They're too hard. Like the Dorito, I feel, is just enough consistency because they're so thin. Like it's easy to put a fork through it, and
yeah.
So it was that to me was great, and you could choose whatever flavor Dorito you wanted, which I thought was amazing. I was so and that's Huffer Billy Paul says add jalapenos. That's what I would ask for. I would ask for a cup of jalapenos on the side, and I'd put it over the top of my chicken, pepper jack. Oh my goodness, that was really really good to me.
Yeah, so when I make I make a version of like a taco salad, and I think Lou does too. So you actually put instead of like using like regular tortilla chips, like I actually I take Doritos, and like I crush them up, and I actually use those instead of regular tortilla chips when I make a taco salad. So
hey, that's not a bad idea. Okay.
Yeah, it's really really good. That's actually a recipe that I got from my ex-husband's aunt. Like she made it for like a Thanksgiving, like a potluck kind of Thanksgiving when we went over there one year, and I was like, what is this goodness right here? Because I'd never seen it like that before. Like I've only known taco salads with just regular tortilla chips, but it was amazing. So like I make it here, and like my oldest son, like he eats it up, but he also does the same thing. Like he puts different flavored Doritos in his. So
that's actually neat. I guess the older that I get, the more I realize that people take older recipes, or how do you say that? Common recipes, and they not spice it up with actual spices, but mix it up. Like they make it better. I mean, I know people might hate to hear that, but I would much rather have Doritos than damn Frito-Lay chips. I don't want corn chips in my damn.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I don't really like corn chips too much. I'll eat them, but if I had my choice, I would definitely have Doritos over corn chips.
Yes.
Definitely.
And people can say, oh, but no. Would you rather have Frito-Lay chips by themselves or Doritos by themselves? Exactly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. So 100%, I would choose Doritos over corn chips any day.
Jay Shipe said he had a chili 5-way for lunch today. Spaghetti noodles covered with chili and toppings. That sounds good. I've never had that.
So I'm not a big chili eater.
Okay.
Just because I don't like beans. But yeah, I don't. I don't really like beans too much. So.
Got you.
So I'm not a huge chili eater. So I like it. I know some people put like ground beef.
Yeah.
Sometimes in chili. So like if I were to get something like that, I could definitely eat like around the beans that go in chili. But yeah, I don't eat chili by itself. So.
Well, listen, I'm perfectly fine with talking about food for the next 15 minutes. So that's probably what we're about to do, because I'm sick and this is making me hungry, which I haven't been hungry, all day. So,
I'm the same as you. Like if I'm sick, like I eat. That's like what I do. Like when I'm sick, I eat, and like I snack too. Like and that probably is going to be the death of me if I ever get if I ever do get COVID. Yeah, I'm probably gonna gain like 50 pounds just from snacking and eating, because it's just. That's what I do when I get sick. I like to eat, and I like to eat comfort food too.
Yes, like collard greens, or something that I just makes me want to put a blanket over me and sit on the couch and eat it while watching something. Right,
and I don't know if you know many people like this, but I'm one of those kind of persons like I love soup, like any kind of soup. Like I can eat it in the summertime, the wintertime, but yeah, like I love soup. So like. My birthday's in July, so my mom always makes a special like soup dish for me, like a Korean soup dish for me. And like people always make fun of me. It's like, how can you eat like hot soup on a hot summer day? And I'm like, just because I can eat soup any day of the week.
Same. My favorite soup is I don't like just tomato soup. Like I love tomato soup, but I love to have it with something. Like I like it to not just be my meal, but trying to think of what other soup. I'm not I actually like broth, but it's got to be flavorful. It can't just be water and like a piece of celery or something.
Right.
You know?
No. I'm the same way. And my oldest son, he loves tomato soup too. And that's like one of his, like when he gets sick, that's one of his comfort items. But like he likes to put like pepperoni in like his tomato soup. So he'll take pepperoni slices and he'll slice them up, like slice them up like really small.
Yeah.
And he'll throw them, and I'll throw them in his tomato soup, and
Let's
like
go.
kind of,
Okay.
Yeah. So
that sounds good.
So, if you've never tried that before, you should try it because she says it's gold.
Colby wants to know what's our favorite flavor of ice cream.
I'm pretty basic when it comes to ice cream. Like I love strawberry ice cream. That's like my all-time favorite. So, and I like the strawberry ice cream that's got like the chunks of strawberry in it.
Yeah.
So, but I also do like cookies and cream. I love cookies and cream.
Of course, that's my favorite. Which it has nothing to do with me being mixed. I just really like cookies and cream, y'all. And the strawberry ice cream she's talking about, if it has the chunks of strawberry in there, I will literally sit on the couch. I could just eat the whole thing. Like that would be my meal for the day. I have to stop myself because it's actually filling. Vanilla to me kind of gets a little. I like vanilla. It's got to be. There's like 15 different types of vanilla because different brands make it a different way. And to me, Chick-fil-A has the best tasting vanilla ice cream. I like theirs.
Yes, the Chick-fil-A does have really, really good ice cream. I will have to, I'd have to agree with you on that. I mean, and the funny thing is like, like my favorite Ben & Jerry's ice cream is probably fish food. I don't know if you've ever had it before.
I don't eat fish food. No, I've never had that.
That's the name of the ice cream. So it's got like like little pieces of like chocolate fish, like chocolate fish pieces in it. But then it's also got like marshmallow, and it's so good. I love fish food. That's like my all-time favorite. Ben & Jerry's ice cream is fish food. That's what it's called.
Chase says he adds like pieces of steak to his tomato soup. Dude, that's what I mean. Anything. I like for my tomato soup to be filling. I don't want to just fill up on the liquid. So that's why if it's, like I love chicken noodle soup, but I would rather add my own chicken than eat the little bitty pieces of chicken that are, I don't know, the size of a piece of salt. Like I don't like that. I like for it to be real. So Chunky's Campbell soup to me has always been good. It's just, it never seems to be enough. One can does not seem to be enough.
Oh, never. Yeah. So it really isn't. And like I said, I mean, I can eat soup every day, 24/7, because I love soup. So, and then Huffer Billy Paul put in here, pho is one of my faves. I actually just tried pho for the very first time.
Pho is ice cream?
No, it's Vietnamese. So, So, I actually just tried it for the very first time this year. Actually, and it was amazing. I don't know why. That's another thing that I don't know why I've waited 40 years to actually try pho as well too, and it's amazing. So,
well, I'll say I have another one. Tanil put a good one in here. She said her favorite soup. Is homemade chicken noodle or rice soup. I love chicken and rice. Chicken and rice to me, I feel I could make a huge pot. I'd eat it every day of the week. That's good.
My daughter loves when I make chicken and rice soup. So, and I mean, like I make it sort of differently. Like, I mean, I actually I make the rice separately. So like I'll cook my rice in like a rice cooker. So I'll cook it in the rice cooker, and then I'll I'll do the broth and like the chicken in a separate pot. And then so when that's ready, then basically you just scoop the rice in a bowl, and then you pour the broth.
Okay, that's smart though. Yeah. That way the rice isn't just soaked and overinflated already.
Right. Not only that, but like when you mix the rice in with the broth, you kind of get
talking about that chalky stuff,
right? Like the starchiness from the rice.
Yes.
So that's why I kind of like to make mine separate. So like I always make my rice separately from the actual broth and the chicken. So, but my daughter loves it when I make chicken and rice soup. So
no, that sounds really good. The first thing, because I used to always growing up, y'all, I used to always watch Chopped. Y'all know that show?
I love that show.
Yes, and when I was at my grandmother's house in the summer, we didn't have, I didn't have a cell phone then. I was just always watching that show, Chopped. That's all I watched. And so, of course, after 4 or 5 shows, I'm in the kitchen finding a random, onion and finding a can of corn and, looking for something crazy just to make food out of. And I ended up putting together one dish that it wasn't anything crazy, but it became a dish where I started bringing it to Michael Vick. Will you update me on the Falcon score there, sir? But one dish that I had was it's called cheesy chicken, and all it was taking a bunch of noodles, and whatever kind of noodles you like, flat noodles, bow tie, the elbow, whatever you wanted, and you took a few chicken breasts, whatever you wanted. You cook all of it, shred up your chicken. You put your chicken in the bottom of the pan. You put your noodles in the bottom of the pan. You take a big box of the Ritz crackers that have 4 big packs in them, and you take 2 of them and you crush up the 2 packs. You put that in the bottom of the pan. You take a can of cream of chicken soup, or if you like cream of mushroom, whatever, you add that and a half cup of water. You get it boiling. You get it stirred up, get it moving around, and you pour that into this pan that's got everything in it. And then you add a half bag of shredded cheese. You mix it all up. And then on top, you put the other half bag of the shredded cheese. You put a bag of bacon bits, like real bacon bits. You crumble that on top. Then you put the other 2 bags of Ritz crackers crushed up on top. Then you put that in the oven. And like it became so good because over time I'd get better at it, where the filling wasn't dry, but it also wasn't like soupy, like oatmeal.
Right.
So it became something that, I'd bring to people's places and it'd be the first thing gone. People are like, where'd you learn to cook? And I'm like, I didn't want to say chopped. So I'd be like, my grandmother, she taught me, like I did not want to say I just learned from, watching people cook with, octopus legs and brown sugar or something like that.
Right. No, I totally get that. So, and look, Huffer Billy Paul just put in there, between me, Tennille, and Melissa, we need a new Slop Olympics cooking competition. I'm going to say that, look, I'm not the best cook. So, there are certain things that I can cook, but yeah, like, I'm not the best cook in the world. I mean, trust me, like, I wish that I could cook Korean food.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to cook Korean food. So, I mean, there are certain dishes that I know how to make, but I strictly have to follow like recipes when it comes to that. But like, I don't know if you've ever been into like, and I don't know if this is true for every Asian household. I would assume so, but like, they don't measure anything.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, no, they don't measure anything. Like when I sit there and watch like my mother cook, these certain Korean dishes, and like, like I'll sit there and I'll ask her questions. She'll be like, oh yeah, you just put a little bit in your hand right here, you throw a little bit of seasoning in there. And like her thing is you just gotta taste it. You gotta keep tasting it. If it doesn't taste right, you add a little bit more, So they don't measure anything, but going back to that, it's like they've been doing it for, like my mom especially, she's been doing it her whole life. So, yeah, she doesn't need to measure anything, So
that's really cool though, because at least for me, because in my eyes, if somebody has a cooking book and they measure everything by this or by that, it seems like it seems as if you don't trust yourself. Like you always have to resort back, and that's how my grandmother was. And I'm thinking, if you've made the same thing 47 times, like you should at least have a general idea of not how it should be made in the book, but how you should want it to taste,
Absolutely. And I totally agree with that, and like, yeah, of course, the first couple of times, if I come across like a new recipe or something like that, yeah, I mean, the first couple of times I'm definitely going to be like, just doing it by the recipe book. But yeah, as you make it, I mean, it's the same with like chicken and rice soup. Like, yeah, in the beginning, like, of course I started with, putting the rice in the broth and everything like that. But then, yeah, as you make it more often, you find these little, things that you think would make it better, or like that you think make the taste, different, or, something like that. So yeah, absolutely. So I totally agree with that. But yeah.
Well,
any kind of new recipe like I try, like I'm definitely strictly by book. Like okay, it says like half a teaspoon of this. Okay, you got to make sure. And I mean, like I'm correctly measuring it and everything. Like
to kind of make your own taste, I guess, to figure out how
right.
yours is. Yeah.
Right, absolutely. So, but
well, then what do you think? I know Huffer Billy said between you, Tennille, and I forgot who else he said on that. And Pizza Woman. I think it would be nice if we had at the Slob Olympics, if we had something like that. Because I know in our town, I'm sure y'all have it there. We have a chili cook-off. We have a rib cook-off, just all kinds of stuff like that. You know how neat that would be at the Slob Olympics if everybody had...
That would be pretty interesting. But like I said, I mean, I'm so like self-conscious when it comes to things like that. Like even the night that I cooked for like Lou,
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, it's like, I told him straight up too. I was like, look, if you don't like it, I was like, just be honest with me, So, obviously, he said he did enjoy it. I think he did mention that it was a little bit more spicier than he was expecting, which is fine, So, but like I'm really self-conscious when it comes.
Well, to I think that would be a good idea, but then I think I need to make sure that I don't get the bowl that Chess or Ballard make for Lou because I'm trying to live. I feel like they're going to poison the hell out of it, so we may have to exclude some people from, the actual cook-off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first off, we got to figure out if you guys can cook. We should have taste testers. We'll have we'll go to the nearest bridge and all the homeless people under the bridge. We will let them taste test the food, and if they live longer than a day, then you're allowed to contribute. You're allowed to participate.
There you go.
We'll do that. No,
that sounds like a plan.
Well, I'm definitely hungry as crap, so I probably need to stop. All right, Rod, you beautiful MFers. Clock 3, I'm gonna be a productive member of society with kids and all. He put a laughing face. Rod, be safe, buddy. Definitely be safe, big dog. I like the idea of peeps that want to bring their meat to be judged if they want to participate. Ladies can bring sides if they want. Wait, Jay, what? You're gonna have to explain in detail because Jay sometimes make jokes and I don't know what you're talking about. Called Chase, look, buddy, you got I don't have your number saved, Chase. But so whenever I get done, I'll tell you. But yeah, I really don't know. That's pretty much it. This would be a regular advice segment, but like I said, I'm sick. This is just this is more of me just trying to get up and move around and trying not to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, it doesn't always have to be about, advice segment either. So, I did want to mention something about the troll that was in the comments yesterday.
Yeah.
The Amanda girl.
Yes, let's hear about it. Let's go.
No, I wanted to get your thoughts on that actually. So.
That was a troll account. That was troll.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it totally has to be a dude.
Totally of course it is. It's somebody. Well, and this is the thing that even though I'm sick, I still have my intelligent side of me that is here. It will never leave me. Even if I pass away, I'll pass it on to somebody. But my thing is. It was somebody who was a mod. The only way you get a mod is if you're in his, Patreon. So,
well, no, that's the thing. It wasn't a mod. It was like when he was doing his regular stream.
Yeah.
That name wasn't a mod in the regular stream. When she joined, when she actually came onto the Patreon stream, is when he modded her up. So.
Well, in my eyes, it's somebody who has known Lou for a while. And is already jealous of him, which I think you can already know where I'm going with this. And now to be even more jealous, it's like he's upset that Lou is happy and Lou has somebody. And so he's doing his best to kind of here and there miss with it, but without giving himself up as being a real troll, So
yeah,
that's you saw. That's why
I thought it was hilarious. Just the comments that they were making, I thought it was hilarious.
I It was, but
they typed something.
And that's why I knew it was a troll. That's why I sent that that PayPal and said, "Quit being a home wrecker," because I wanted to see if it was a real person. They would have barked back at me, but instead they didn't say anything to me. They just kept saying stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, okay, that's a real troll."
Yeah. I thought it was amazing, honestly. I was like, wow, they put in a lot of effort in there. So, and then the one comment they made too, they're like, "Oh, Lou's sister is so nice."
The what?
You didn't see that comment?
No, what did it say?
Yeah, at one point in time, they commented, "Oh, Lou's sister seems like a nice."
I did see that. I did see that. That's like I said. He trying his best to get under your skin and lose, but
oh yeah, no, it was absolutely. I thought it was hilarious. So
well, people will be people. But I think that is the funny part of YouTube, though, because it was on YouTube. It's not. It doesn't feel more like, in person. So it didn't feel that bad because it was on YouTube. It was more funny than it would have been if it was in person.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing too. I mean, Jay Shipes said Amanda definitely has a big hog.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it was very, very entertaining to say the least.
Did you see what Huffer Billy? He said you're gonna have to get paid by Lou for his game live streams for boosting his viewership.
I know, that is the one thing that I told him too. I was like, well, obviously they wanted to troll enough to where they actually went and joined your Patreon page too. So that's dedication right there. I was like, so
we want 1%.
Despite the fact it's a troll account, you just gained another Patreon member.
Exactly.
So.
we want 1%. we want 1%. Damn it.
Right. I said, so you're winning either way. So, the fact that they took it to the next level to where they actually joined his Patreon page, I mean, he's winning. That's winning.
Well, I would say getting Tommy fries might be 1%. As long as we get Tommy fries every weekend, we're happy. I'm Battle Angel's agent, and that the 1% either consists of Happy House once a month or Tommy fries every weekend. So we'll take it.
Yeah. I don't know about the Tommy fries every weekend. So you heard him tell on the stream. He was like, this is why I've gained so much weight because of these Tommy fries. So.
I didn't get to watch a lot of it yesterday, y'all. I did not feel the greatest. But I got to watch a lot during the Georgia game though, and enough to when I asked about the wings, y'all showed me the wings right up front, y'all. Put them right in front of the camera.
Yeah, the wings were delicious too. So we got them at the same place as we got the Tommy fries. So
Colby said I joined the Patreon because of BA.
I know, I saw that comment that he made. I was like, nah, I'm sure it was just me, Colby.
He's being funny.
So are you trolling, Colby?
I don't know if that's trolling or he's right under the level of trolling. He's joking. Let's say he's joking. But will you tell me though? Before I let you go, I want you to tell me how was it getting to watch Georgia play yesterday, and two, how was it like from your perspective? Because as a Georgia fan, when Stetson Bennett got trotted out onto the field, when they took they just happened to take JT out of the game. I, as a Georgia fan, know how I felt, and I'm pretty sure I know how all the Georgia fans felt. Mm-hmm. What did you think you said you don't know much about college football. What did you think whenever Lou was explaining, like this guy hasn't done anything wrong. They're just putting out a new quarterback. Like, what was your mindset on that?
Honestly, I didn't really think too much of it. I mean, he has explained to me how he feels about the whole thing, and I totally get it. I totally get that. He is this is his last year of eligibility, I think is how he explained it to me. So, and I get where he's coming from about, wanting to put out these, wanting to get these younger, guys experience and stuff like that. But it's hard to do that when you're relying on, this one guy that, has obviously already got enough experience. But he was pissed. He was pissed when Stetson came out there and he threw that interception. win.
Oh my
you know?
goodness.
Oh yeah, like I mean, literally, I don't know if y'all saw it on camera, but like I mean, he literally almost picked up his computer chair. Like,
No, I didn't see that.
yeah, he was not happy. He was severely pissed off. So especially because like I mean, it's like he said, obviously JT was doing an excellent job of
Yeah.
doing being quarterback.
Yeah,
I mean, I think when like even the first half of the game, like I don't even know, like I mean, JT scored how many touchdowns?
Yeah, he definitely lit up the scoreboard, and the more I thought about it, the more that I've tried to understand Kirby for a long time, which is tough because his mind works in a different way, but there's a reason he gets paid so much money. And I think what happens with Kirby is he looks at it like he's a defensive guy. So in his mind, it's always like, if somebody gets hurt, I need somebody else to be able to go in and not pick up the slack, but just right where they were. I need you to be right there. I don't need you to be any lesser. I don't need you to be nervous. I don't need you to be intimidated. And I think when he realized that we were dominating the crap out of South Carolina, he put Stetson in. And I hate saying this, but he put Stetson in to almost F with the rhythm in case of what happens in the future if we're playing and JT gets hurt. And all of a sudden now we have to put Stetson in as everybody in the stands and on the football team going, oh, man, now we're going to lose this game. Or they're going to go, oh, no, man, he brings Stetson in all the time. We're good. Let's go. Let's keep going.
Right.
Like
right.
That's the part where as a fan, I don't want to think like that. And I'm like, Kirby, sit your ass down. Let's score 75 points and let it be it. But in Kirby's mind, it's like, bro, we're about to whoop this team's ass. Like this team is garbage. So why don't I see how all of you guys act whenever I put somebody else in? And now you're over there going, okay, hey, let's go. Let's keep it going, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think he planned on Stetson throwing a damn pick.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, when that happened, oh my gosh, he was lit. He was so lit. And it's funny because like we actually ended up watching the press release after Kirby's press release after after the game was over. And like I think the one thing that kind of got in, like I said, I don't know much, like I'm learning as I go, and Lou is definitely helping me out with that. I ask a lot of questions, and like we'll sit down sometimes when he's not live streaming, we'll watch games, and like he'll explain things to me. But I ask a lot of questions too as well. But I think the one thing that kind of got me was when somebody asked Kirby a question like about how I guess it was more about like his wide receivers or something like that, just I guess them being like freshmen or something like that, yes. And how he feels about building them up.
Or when he was talking about if you're good enough, you're old enough.
Right. Yeah. I think the thing that got me was like he was sitting there talking about them, like he was saying. I mean, because like I think he at one point in time he even said something about the more I put them out there, the more experience they're going to get or something like that. And in my head, I was thinking, well, shouldn't he think the same thing about his quarterback?
Exactly. I know.
So, and I mentioned that to Lou, and he was like, yeah, he's like, I mean, that's absolutely how he should be thinking. But like he was talking more about having them get experience, with them being like freshmen or whatever, or redshirt freshmen or whatever like that. So it's like, I mean, shouldn't that be said for the same thing as like, as Carson Beck, I mean.
I know, and it sucks because when I think of Stetson Bennett, is I know I'm sure Lou's told you this, but Stetson actually transferred away from Georgia and played for junior college.
He did tell me about that. Yeah,
and then he led the entire nation in interceptions. So all these people that try to dog Carson Beck for throwing interceptions, it's like, look, my man Beck might have thrown an interception, but he didn't have the luxury of going to a junior college and throwing 31 of them or whatever it was. Like that's why when Stetson Bennett came in and he threw that pick, it was like, I get why Kirby's trying to get Stetson ready, because when Stetson's in the game, things do flow very well. Stetson understands the offense. I get that. But to not prepare Carson in the same way, it's like, well, then are you going to wait till Carson's a junior and then put him out there and then make him go through all his learning mistakes? Why wouldn't you do that when he's a freshman?
Right. And I mean, it's just like Lou said too. It's like, I mean, why not put them against, these teams that aren't that great, So I mean, that way, they can learn, they can build, whatever they, learn whatever they need to do and build themselves up, whatever, but yeah, I mean, like I couldn't understand it, especially, like I said, when we watched that press conference, I was like, I mean, he's talking about, oh yeah, getting these guys experience, but it's like, I feel like that, yeah, I mean, he should give the same opportunity to his quarterbacks, so.
Somebody, Huffer Billy, if you read his comment, I'm not going to blow my nose, but I got to wipe my nose.
He said, BA, how is it being an exchange student who delivers Uber Eats? Yeah, so like I told you, that troll account actually came onto the Patreon page too, and they made a comment again about, I think she actually asked this time, though. She was like, oh, is that your sister? And we was like, no, she's an exchange student.
Okay. Well, that's.
So, yeah.
I'm glad that he's having a good time too, because he could, he could block him if he wanted, but I think he knows it's not a real girl.
Yeah. I mean, like we talked about it, and like I said, I found it super entertaining and hilarious. So if this particular person is watching your stream, great job. 2 thumbs up.
No, they're not. They got better things to do than watch my stream. They're planning on what to say on Lou's next stream. That's what they're doing right now.
Next live stream.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Well, and another thing that you saw from Georgia was even after us throwing the interception with Stetson, I love that our defense, they don't care what goes on. Our defense, you mean, even if, like, I know you said you don't know football that well, you can watch our defense. They give teams trouble. Like, they just, everything that the other team tries to do is just not there. It's just not there. They make.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the most impressive thing that I noticed, especially with this game too, was, I mean, like, they would not let South Carolina gain any yards. I mean, that to me was pretty impressive. Like, I mean, they were on the offensive team of South Carolina. They were on them like white on rice, honestly.
Yes.
Like, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's like they would not let them gain any yards whatsoever. So, and I thought that was pretty impressive. So.
And I was happy that right after that punt, we got it on the 1 yard line, and then the defense went out there and boom, got a safety. Ended up tackling them in their own end zone, and you can just tell, like. And the reason that I love it, having a good defense, yes, it's good to have a good defense, it's this and that. But to be honest, there's not been many teams to win a national championship that have had a top 3, top 5 defense, like to finish the year. So for us, it just builds a lot of intimidation to these other quarterbacks and players, because you could tell when they were on their 1 yard line, and that quarterback he was trying to figure out who to throw the ball to, and then he just got sacked. No quarterback wants to get sacked in their own end zone. That's what it made me so happy. Like, you could tell he was scared. He was generally just scared for his health. So.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I noticed too was like, I mean, I know that South Carolina, their uniforms were white, but like the one thing that I noticed was, I mean, I don't think that a quarterback should have that many grass stains on on their uniform. That just goes to show you how many times they've been sacked. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't know. Like, I kind of observed that myself, but I'm not gonna lie, I did have to have Lou explain to me exactly what a safety was.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
But yeah, once he explained to me, it made sense to me of why that was an important, I guess, an important thing that happened in the game. So because not only, because it happened not only in that game, in the Georgia South Carolina game, but it also happened in the Clemson Georgia Tech game too as well.
Well, yes, I was very, very surprised by that one.
Yeah. So
I was very surprised. Well, look, dude, I did not mean to keep you on this long. I said I was only going to go for an hour, but we've been talking almost 50 minutes, which that's you, though. You did a good job.
Well, I'm trying, like I said, so I don't know too much, but yeah. So, and I did actually call, I think, like one play, but I think it was the Florida game that I did do one call on that one. So.
I did see that. Yeah, when he was telling you to call the game, and you said, pass. I said, okay, the ball snapped, he passed it, and he's down.
about the extent of my calling. So yeah.
Yes, that was good. I was crunk to see him give you the reins for a play. But, and you'll get better. I'm sure he'll give you the reins for a play next week, and
No, we'll see about that. So
you'll kick a touchdown. I'm just kidding. But, yeah.
So.
Well,
all right, TB. Well, thanks for having me on.
For sure. Thank you.
Yeah, and like I said, if you need anything, you just call or text me, okay?
Yeah, I got you. I will. Thank you for that.
And I feel like you're going to be getting on the mend here soon. So these next couple, I think the last couple of days were probably the roughest, but I'm pretty sure, it's only going to get better from here. So
I really, really hope so. Well, thank you, though, and I appreciate your support and always helping out the Tiger Baskins Show.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on. Y'all have a great night.
All right. See you, dude.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so that went longer than I expected. That was good. I guess, is this Chase already calling? Let's see. Hello.
Hey, TD, how you doing, sir?
Oh, it's Michael Hogg. What's up? Chase, if you're on here, buddy, you can call after Michael. If you're in the comments, let me know. What's up, Michael? How you doing, bud?
Not bad. Still recovering from the loss yesterday to Notre Dame.
I mean, hey, it's Notre Dame, number 12 in the nation. Purdue has not been great for a long time. The fact that y'all even played them well, that's, hey, you did your thing. At least you.
Yeah. Main thing is I'm glad David Bill's all right, though.
You said what?
Main thing is I'm glad that David Bill's all right. I don't know if you've seen the game. Did you see that hit he took?
No, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Was it like a bad ankle or knee or what?
No. You have to go through and watch highlights. It was a helmet to where he was diving for the ball. But
wow.
Yeah. But no, I'm just confused about some of the play calls yesterday, and there was a few times where they was mugged, but you got to expect that for being Notre Dame. They like to mug the receivers and not get flagged through. But other than that, I digress. I got to give Notre Dame, they played a good game and stuff, so.
Well, and I've said this before, even though Notre Dame might not be doing good this year, they still have a lot of NFL offensive linemen on that team, whether they're starting or they're backups. They always have. They've always recruited that. They have an NFL tight end on that team, and I believe their safety is an NFL caliber first-round pick. So, they have players.
Who you say is an NFL caliber first-round pick?
Their safety. I don't know. It's Kyle something.
Oh, yeah, he will be. No, I'm saying Cincinnati looked pretty impressive yesterday. They got off to a slow start, but what's the second quarter? The key to that game yesterday for the Cincinnati game is when McFadden got tossed for the targeting, that changed the whole momentum of the game. Swung in Cincinnati's favor yesterday.
Got you. I didn't get to see a lot yesterday. I didn't feel great, so it was a lot of just switching from Georgia game or watching whatever I could of the Georgia game.
How surprised was you about Alabama and Florida?
I called it. I called the Florida-Alabama game. Whenever I was on Pigskin Pete show Friday, he asked me, what did I think the upset game of the week was? And I said Florida. And I said a lot to do with the fact that Miami had Bryce Young running around for his life. Mercer had Bryce Young rolling out left and right from their defensive line. Alabama's offensive line is not that great. And we just saw that their defense is not that great either. And I called that with Florida's play style, running the not pro style, but a lot of the RPO and having a quarterback that's 6'3", 220 or whatever that can run, they would have to respect the quarterback running the ball. So what'd that do? That made the outside linebacker, the safety over the top, and the DN have to respect that outside. And so what happened? Florida's running back would just break up the middle for 15, 20 yards. And all these Alabama fans are like, well, it's just our defense was giving everything up the middle. Well, duh, because you had to respect the quarterback. If you were to bite up the middle, then the quarterback's taking off for 10, 15 yards. So
how concerned are you when they play at the end of October?
No concerns. So you're saying
Georgia's defense is better than Alabama's this year?
I'm not even worried about yes, but dude, we're by far better than Alabama's defense. But I'm saying our offense is going to whoop Florida's ass. We had Stetson Bennett putting up 30 points on Florida. You think you saw what Stetson Bennett did. Stetson Bennett came in one play, threw an interception. JT don't play like that. He threw an interception, but it wasn't until later in the game. I'm saying JT about to throw up 300 and something yards on Florida. We are going to disgrace Florida. And everybody's going to be like, oh, Florida's not that good. But how can they not be good if they almost beat Alabama? So
yeah, but remember last year I hear people saying they're going to do the same thing to Florida, and what happened there?
Stetson Bennett was a quarterback.
Yeah, but they had that big lead at halftime, though. Did they not?
They had what?
Didn't they have that big lead, like a 10-point lead at halftime against Florida last year?
We had a big lead against Alabama last year.
Yeah.
But we had Stetson Bennett at quarterback.
But, okay, let me ask you this. Yes, you had Bennett at quarterback, but how much you had to put on that defense, too, for blowing it?
You can't – look, this is my thing about defense. You can't say that it's on the defense if the quarterback goes 3 and out every single time. So now you're telling me in the second half, instead of your defense only having to play 8 drives or 7 drives, now the quarterback for your team is going 3 and out. Your defense has to go 20, 21 drives. So you can say, okay, well, they scored on 3 drives. Well, if you got 21 different drives to score and you scored 3 times, damn, that's 21 drives. But if you got 7 or 8 and we could only hold you to 1 score, then that's the difference.
Yeah,
so
that is true, though. No, I mean, they did have some times in the second half last year where they was able to move the ball, but I think they just got bogged down when they got inside the 40. But
that's my thing is the defense, they're not robots. They're going to get tired. So if you told me you only okay, look, Michael Hogue, you're only going to have to run 7 sprints today. Okay, good. I can run 7 sprints. But then your quarterback not being good, hey, you got to run 21 sprints. Whoa, what? And you need to run them at the same speed you ran the first 7. It gets tougher to run with the same stamina when you're not used to it. Or, now think of Alabama's team. Their defense didn't have to stay on the field the whole time.
Sure.
So they just got to be, oh, man, this is easy, coach. He beats himself.
Yeah.
If you saw Stetson in the second half against Bama, he did one stupid play where he rolled out, tried to do a 360 turn and just throw it up, and it got intercepted. And I'm like, So, anyways, I know what you're saying. I get it. I do think it'll be a huge difference in having JT at quarterback than having and I also think our offensive scheme is different. We throw to our tight ends way more now than we used to, which I'm really happy about.
Yep. No, but so do you think that was a moot point in the Penn State Auburn game last night about to miss down for Penn State?
I think Penn State, the only reason they won that is because it was at home. The fact that Auburn went into that huge atmosphere and barely lost, that says a lot about Auburn. Even with their first-year head coach like that, they put up a fight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking was Notre Dame yesterday. Now, if that game had been a rush, I think the results would have been reversed and stuff. But no, I feel so sorry for Illinois coming up on Saturday.
Same. And like John Kelly said, y'all, I said UNC was going to lose. The fact that Virginia, I know.
Virginia Tech?
No, just Virginia. Virginia, I like Virginia's football team, dude. Their quarterback had like 300 and something yards passing in the first half. Like, just ridiculous, dude. But anyways, give me one more real quick before I get Chase to call in.
Not bad. I was going to say, did the Longhorns, your second favorite team bounce back and win yesterday, the Texas Longhorns?
I saw a post where somebody said
I forgot. How surprised was you about the Oklahoma-Nebraska game?
I wasn't too surprised. Oklahoma struggled lately, but the fact that Nebraska was able to do a little something, I guess that part did surprise me. Then again, Nebraska, Scott Frost is on his last leg. He's struggling. He's trying to survive that contract. So
yeah,
I just if they would have won, it would have been different. It would have been able to turn his contract around or his season around. What's up, Owen? Yeah. But aside from that, though, I think Oklahoma squeezing out that win helps them to just stay in the top 10, That helps them another week for them to get their crap together.
Yeah, but, I mean, they were flawed yesterday. I didn't get a chance to see much of the game, but, I mean, I'm telling you, is Oklahoma invincible? No.
No. Are they a top 10? Are they a top 10 team? No.
No, but is any team this year in the top 25 invincible? No, they're not.
No.
This is going to be a crazy year.
I agree. And that's why I'm so impressed by Georgia is to be able to weather the storm. If we can go through and if Arkansas beats Texas A&M this coming weekend and then we beat Arkansas the next weekend, that'll prove a lot for us. And then if we can beat Florida, I think both of those games will prove a lot for Georgia because it will say, if we beat Florida by more than 2 points, then all the Alabama fans they're going to flip their crap. They're going to flip their crap because they're going to be like, wait, what? Like Georgia's because think about it, Hog. Or I said hog. Hogue, think about it. You've seen the Georgia-Alabama games. We've whooped them the entire game and then lost in the last like 30 seconds. So it's not a thing where, oh, they just beat us by 40. No. So now for us to have a team that actually tries to finish ball games, we just have to prove it. You know, we just have to go out there and prove it. So that's
Here's
it.
The thing. Here's the thing I'm trying to figure out. Being that you're Georgia and all Georgia fans, do you want them to all their games be blocked, or do you want a close game so they can persevere so they know what to do?
I don't think it matters because Joe Burrow, he blew out everybody, and it didn't matter if he had to persevere. He still won a national championship. I think it just depends on your discipline and having a good leader, and I think JT Daniels is a very good leader. I think JT is I love the way he talks. I love the way he carries himself, and we have not had a leader like that. Even Aaron Murray did not talk the same way. Stafford might have, but JT brings that East Coast or that West Coast swag. He brings that in, and I love it.
Speaking of Stafford, how much better do you think things are with him with the Rams now, being that he's in Los Angeles instead of Detroit?
Well, all right, last thing, and then Chase, if you can hear me, you're calling after this, but I'm going to answer his question. I'm happy for Matt Stafford because I know just watching him the last couple of years, he has struggled mentally because he's been the only one there. They haven't drafted well around him. They have not built well around him. They tried to build a defense instead of giving him pieces to make them electric. The Rams already had pieces. And now having Matt Stafford to come in, an experienced veteran quarterback, we're able to see it. So I love it. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for the dogs in general. All the dogs are making plays on Sundays, and I see posts every single day. So that's pretty it, though.
So are you going to be on again tomorrow?
I am. I'm going to try to do a pop-up stream tomorrow if I feel better, okay? And we'll talk then, okay? Probably afternoon, about 2 or 3, I'd say.
All right, then I'll catch you then. Get better soon, man.
See you, bud. Thank you, bud. Bye. All right, Chase, call in, buddy. I know you've been wanting to call in for like 3.5 days now. But no, BA, you didn't. The fact that you were honest about it, I think, is the real thing. I think the fact that you were honest, it helps out a lot because then you're able to tell us what all you're learning, and we can actually understand that you are learning. Or we see that you're learning. We know you're not BSing. What's up, Memphis man?
Hello.
Hey, look, man, I said it. You said it. Memphis is going to be good this year. But I did say that y'all were going to have to prove it, and that's exactly what y'all did. Memphis, man, went out there and beat Mississippi State yesterday. And I don't care if people say, oh, Mississippi State's not that good, this and that. Do y'all realize that Mississippi State's players are probably 2 to 3 times better? Their roster is 2 to 3 times better than Memphis's roster. But that's why I was so impressed to see Memphis on that. I was very, very impressed by that, dude. Very impressed by that. What did you think after the game? Were you surprised that y'all won?
I wasn't. I mean, I was talking dog crap to my friends.
To Mississippi State fans or just people that were hating on Memphis?
Yep.
Got you. Well, hey, like I said, I was crunk. That game definitely made me crunk because even though I'm an SEC fan, I know you will never get to Uncle Lou level, Battle Angel. You'll be like the 65 years old BA trying to call play-by-play, squinting at the TV. Oh, there's a pass. Oh, interception. He takes it back first. Oh, touchdown. Nah, dude, I was very impressed. But even though I'm an SEC man, I was happy to see Mississippi State lose to not only a team that's building hype like Memphis, but also I'm happy to see Mississippi State lose because I'm in the East. Georgia's in the East. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like the West is not that strong anymore. Auburn's losing. Mississippi State's losing. LSU trash. You see what I mean? Like the Arkansas is the only strong team aside from Alabama right now in the West. And if we beat Arkansas coming up and we beat them, thoroughly, I'll say it like that. Now you're going to have Alabama as the only strong team in the West. And then you're going to have, if Arkansas beats Texas A&M, I forget about Texas A&M, but you'll have Georgia and Florida in the East. So that'd be crazy.
Texas A&M ain't good. Don't worry about them.
No, I know they're not, but I need Arkansas to beat them because Georgia plays Arkansas not next week, but the week after. So if Arkansas can beat Texas A&M and move up into the top 10, or the top 12. That'll be a top 15 matchup between Georgia and Arkansas. So I'm excited. Arkansas beating Texas was a fluke. Arkansas is not a good team. I don't know about all that. Look, Texas, man, y'all beat a bag of rice. It wasn't even jasmine rice. It wasn't even brown rice. It was a non-flavored bag of rice. And now you on here bragging about Texas, like, or saying Arkansas is not good for beating y'all. Well, honestly, I think Arkansas is decent, but I think them beating Texas don't really matter. I think Texas beating Rice right now does not prove anything. So,
and they still allowed 21 points.
Hey, no. but I will give Texas, man, this though. They finally got the right quarterback starting. The quarterback they have now can finally put together good freaking drives, and that's what you want. You don't need a quarterback that can throw 500 yards a game. You just need somebody that can continue the plays to get you down the field, to score in the red zone. To, you know what I mean? That's my thing is I do love it. I love seeing Texas get better because they're going to be in the SEC. I don't want them to be trash. So,
I was scared at the end of the first half. I was like, I give up, bro.
What you talking about?
Memphis. I had given up on them at the first half.
Nah, but that's the thing, though, is it? Y'all have such a team that's built off of experience and momentum. That's what I think I was waiting for, was that to kick in. When I saw the score, I was like, it's not going to be the score for long. So.
But then you think about it. I mean, you said that the defense sucked. I was like, nah, that's just a coach.
I think y'all's defense does not suck. It's just the weak link on y'all's team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because y'all's offense is not the weak link.
Yeah.
Our offense
is electric.
Yes, that's what I'm saying is like, and if y'all are at Memphis, well, me and you both know that your entire defense is not going to the draft. So that's my point is.
Except our linemen.
What? Oh, you're talking about your defensive line. Well, we'll see. But I agree. You might have one or two guys go off because you never know. Maybe the other guys are underclassmen. Maybe they're not, eligible to go to the draft.
Yeah, but we have a 5-star lineman. So.
Oh, you said you do have one? What is he, like a DN or a D tackle?
I think he's a D tackle.
Gotcha.
But he got held up all game, so it was like.
Well, either way though, that's tough though because if you're a D, if you're the big D tackle or whatever, or the big player on the defensive line, I'm sure you're gonna have people sitting there trying to what's it called? Double team them all night,
No.
But
they
good.
Were holding.
You said what?
They were just holding.
Well, you kind of have to on those good people. On the good people, I'm sure they were having to. Well, they lost, so either way, they probably thinking this is the reason we're going to lose. So,
and the onside kicks.
You said what?
The onside kick.
I saw the onside.
They got one of them, and then they had to redo it.
Well, tell me, what are some other games that you're looking forward to?
I was shocked that the babies of the government of Georgia Tech almost beat Clemson, but
I don't know what's going on at Clemson. Billy, if you want to call in after and explain to me what you saw during that game. I didn't get to see the Clemson game. I'm stuck in quarantine down here, so the entire Georgia game I had to watch through YouTube, through these illegal streams, y'all. But yeah, I saw that, Calvino.
I think I'm looking forward to.
Oh, hold on, Huffer Billy. Hold on. Well, look, how about I'll put him on and keep you on too. I'm putting both of y'all on, Huffer Billy. All right, we got both of y'all on. What's up, people?
All right, we'll get.
Go for it, Huffer Billy.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, tell us, Huffer Billy. Tell me in Memphis, man, how did not how do you feel, but how did the game go? Why did y'all just not put together drives? Did you throw interceptions?
No. See, there's two parts to the problem. One was we actually had sustained drives and mostly on the ground. I mean, we had some key passes, but they weren't like big blow up, long passes. They were underneath. They got the first down, and then go on. Then we missed some too, though. We missed people got stone hands, and then we got BJ throwing shit. I don't know who he's throwing it to, whatever. Yeah, so we got crap like that. But the fact of the matter is, we had sustained drives. We had 8 possessions of sustained drives, and we only got 14 points.
That's nuts. I thought that was
yeah.
crazy.
I mean, they had a lot. If you look at the stats, the running and the rushing yards we have in time possession against Georgia Tech, I mean, we won. It's kind of like Purdue and Notre Dame. We won the freaking game, but we didn't put points on the board. We turned the ball over. That's the second part. You know, you can't throw the ball down and let them take the ball from you as you're getting down to the 18-yard line. You stupid people. So that, I think I had to go outside and take a sledgehammer to an old futon I had out there. I was going to take it to Goodwill, and I just beat the hell out of it.
Oh, I was like, you better not have torn down that gazebo.
No, but I went out there and I beat that damn futon. It ain't going to Goodwill now. It's firewood. But I had to get rid of my madness. I was so angry. And then you get on the half-foot line or foot line, and down there at your own goal, and they do a shot. They call a shotgun play, and then they hand to a running back to go right up the middle. I'm like, if you're going to be in the shotgun, at least sweep around some the end or something. I mean, why would you do? I mean, geez. I mean, it was just one thing, and then we gave up a freaking onside kick.
I saw that. Well, hold on, Huffer Billy. Chase.
Yeah.
Look, Chase, if you will, I'm gonna let you call in tomorrow when I do another one. Colby just said he wants to call in with Huffer Billy, and so I don't mind having you and Hogue call in tomorrow, and we'll do another small pop-up stream tomorrow. Okay.
All right.
Sounds good, Chase. I'll see you later, bud.
All right.
See you, bud. You're welcome.
That's good, but I'll tell you, man, when you Colby, when you get on here, if you thought Lou was mad talking about Stetson Bennett, whoo! I mean, I probably put blisters on your eyebrows based on what I was watching in that game. That was
all right,
because it was just plain stupid. I hate stupid.
Gotcha.
God dang.
Well, we got Colby on the line now. Colby, the lie detector comes back and it says that you are not the father, Colby.
Thank Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there you go. Thank JT Daniels.
Yeah, JT Daniels.
Right.
How you doing, Paul? How you doing, Baskins?
I'm doing better, Drew. I'm doing better.
Yeah. Sounds like it. Doesn't sound like you're nearly as congested, although I'm sure you still feel like crap. But
well, that's what I was telling BA is I've blown my nose and coughed up so much over the last 2 days that like now every time I blow my nose and cough up, it's like half blood. Like it's just to the point. I guess I'm just so raw in my nose and my throat.
Everything's raw.
Yeah, so it's it is what it is though. Like I said, I will not secede. I will not secede to the Union, Huffer Billy. There you go.
That's impressive. Don't secede to the COVID. That stuff's gonna get out. You gotta, like I said, kick its ass. But no, Colby. I mean, I know. I saw Lou just now. I was going back and watching his live stream on the Patreon page.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get to catch up on a few things, get to certain areas. And when the Stetson Bennett thing went in, I just thought, I can feel it, brother. I can feel it.
I don't, and that's a great point, Paul. I don't think Tiger Baskins talked about that tonight.
What part?
Like when Stetson Bennett came into the game for no reason.
I did. I talked about it with BA earlier.
Yeah. Okay.
So the thing, I guess this was my thing about it, and I'll tell both of y'all. One, at the time, I was very, very mad. Like at the time, I was livid. I was like, what are we doing? Kirby, you F up. You always F up. You find a way to F up. You could be in the most perfect situation, have the most beautiful girl in the world in a relationship, and you would still find a way to look over at some old lady and go, if I wasn't with you, I'd probably be with her. Like you would find a way to just F up any situation somehow. And but then it hit me. Kirby is such a defensive-minded person that this whole next man up deal, he does not want any drop-off. And so if you have JT Daniels, who's clearly the starter, we know he is. But we played against South Carolina. It was 2 straight drives we scored. back to back. Like, it was easy. JT's 8 of 9. In Kirby's mind, he's like, well, what would they do if something were to happen? So he puts.
Okay, well, that's where I asked the question. You remember when Kirby said, "I'm handing the offense over to Todd Duncan," right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It doesn't sound like he has.
No, in his mind, he looks at it as preparation, and I don't like it. I don't, but it does make me think. All right, if we're playing against Florida or we're playing against Bama, and JT goes down.
No, he should be playing as the other guys.
No, and I get that. Trust me, that part I do agree with. But in his mind, it's like if JT goes down against Florida or Alabama, is the entire mood.
Stetson ain't going to beat Florida or Alabama.
I agree.
You're right.
I agree. But I think that's why he did it, though, was to see the mood of the players. If JT gets taken out and all of a sudden somebody else goes in, are they going to go, oh, it's over now, we don't have JT?
See, he overthinks.
He does. It's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Hell, it's better than Clemson. They don't think at all.
And that's where I have to just shut the hell up, because I sat there and I watched Clemson play yesterday, and I'm thinking Clemson would love to be up 14-3. Hell, like I know.
Clemson doesn't have a backup quarterback. Technically, he got hurt, didn't he?
Listen, at this point, any quarterback could be a backup quarterback. This guy's frozen in his tracks. He doesn't even move his damn feet.
Yeah, I know. You're talking about DJ.
Yeah.
I know.
He's lost something. I don't know what happened. Maybe he got the COVID vaccine and it got all squirrely in his brain. Maybe that's what happened to Tony Elliott, too, the offensive coordinator.
I hope it don't happen to me.
Whatever it is, he's lost it.
Well, Jay says a good point, and this is what I was saying. He said Kirby is dividing the locker room, fans, boosters, and recruits. I agree. Oh, this is another cool thing. So the guy that had call in the other day, that he runs an Instagram page with another guy. They partner it. He runs a dog page. It's a college football page. It also does like dog stuff. And when A.D. Mitchell scored on the touchdown, he ran up to Arch Manning and said, "Come throw touchdown passes to me, bro." And then ran back to the huddle or to the team to go celebrate with him.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's pretty neat that Kirby, allows them to do stuff like that. Make sure to stay.
I don't have a problem with that.
No, same. And I was just happy to see, because I know Stetson threw the ball a lot against UAB, but I've known that JT can do it. I was just happy that JT proved to everybody else, because for some reason, nobody believed that JT could throw the ball downfield. And it's like, yes. And the thing that we do best at Georgia is when JT's throwing the ball downfield, it makes secondary for any team back up. And then when we run the ball, now our running backs are getting 7, 8, 9, 10 yards a carry because they can't stack the box.
You know what's really good about Georgia, and it's really overlooked and not talked about at all, just like any other team, it's our special teams. Our punter, Jake Camarda, you can look at the Clemson game, you can look at the UAB game, you can look at the South Carolina game. He has placed the ball between the 15 and mostly between the 5 and the 1 yard line. Every single time.
I agree. I agree with that completely.
Dangerous as hell. And you can ask Paul, and that's what messed up Clemson.
It did.
Gets the ball. He gets the ball back into that territory. That's what got our safety against South Carolina Saturday.
Exactly.
Our punter is a weapon, and you really can't say that really much.
Not many teams have a great special teams, and on top of that, our punter is good, but we also have gunners on the side that are good at their job. They're good at stopping the ball.
But what I'm worried about, and I kicked in high school, Rex Robinson, 1980, won a national championship with Herschel Walker and blah, blah, blah. He was my kicking coach.
Yeah.
Actually, at the time in high school. I kicked in high school. He was my coach. And, we don't have, I don't want to say we have a great kicker right now, but he's 2 for 4.
Oh, agreed. I know. And last year he did a lot better last year than he did this year.
He did a lot better last year, but it's something that I'm worried about.
But can we give Kirby credit though for at the end of the second quarter, instead of kneeling the ball or running the ball and letting the time run out, he was like, you know what? My kicker's been struggling. Hey, let's hurry up. Get me in field goal position to see if my kicker can make this stressful field goal. And he did.
Yep.
And I was like, good, Kirby. That's good, because you got to build his confidence back up somehow.
Yep.
So I was happy about that.
Yep. And the field goals that I think it was 1 for 3 before this.
Yeah.
And he made the longest one, but missed the 2 shortest.
The
ones.
chip, the chip shots.
Yeah. He's getting back on track. It's just a matter of time. Just confident.
And I get what you're saying, though. That's not
as a kicker, you gotta have confidence.
Yes, and he's not the weakest link too.
Yeah.
Like he's the weakest link, but he's not weak. Like everything else for Georgia right now is really good. He's the only one that's been struggling the most.
He is the weakest link at the time.
Yeah. Yes, that's a good way to put it. Very good way to put it. So all y'all in the comment section, if y'all will, tell me the games that surprised you the most this week. Tell me the most exciting games that you guys got to see. And we'll discuss that too. I got Kobe, who is a Georgia fan on the phone with me, and I got Huffer Billy Paul, who is a Clemson fan. So we're going to talk more Georgia, but I'm going to redirect this to Huffer Billy Paul, Clemson man, and let him explain to us a little more how they blew out Georgia Tech. Go for it, Huffer Billy.
Blew them out. We got lucky. That's how we blew them out. We faked them out with a safety, and that threw them all off, and then we won. So those are the techniques that Clemson uses to beat powerhouses like Georgia Tech. So I don't foresee Clemson making it out of this season without 2 or 3 more losses, to be honest. So unless something drastically changes, and I mean like drastically, like almost 180 on the offense,
Hey, Huffer Billy, do you think y'all should fire offensive coordinator?
Yes. Fire a lot of people right now.
Fire Ricky Bobby and Tony Elliott.
Yeah. If I said, Tony Elliott and any of the cats on the offensive side need to be on notice that their job is in jeopardy. But if they don't get on notice, Dabo doesn't make it clear, if he's going to keep blowing sunshine in these press conferences, somebody needs to tell Dabo his job is on the line. That's how bad it is. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I agree. And I think Dabo's doing everything he can right now to not let it get to him. Like he's trying so hard to be a head coach.
Yeah, but it's hey man, at some point you need to pull the trigger, just like
hold on, Huffer Billy Paul. You said Dabo's job might be on the line.
I didn't say that. I said that it should be.
I see what you're saying.
I'm on the bleeding edge here.
Yeah.
See, I'm saying that out loud because people are thinking it behind the scenes, but nobody's going to say it. But I'm telling you, if he doesn't hold somebody accountable and start driving the problem home in all of his language going forward, if he blows sunshine up people's what anymore, there's going to be a lot of boosters and a lot of people in the board and everything else. They're going to get upset. I'm just telling you.
And I agree. When I watched the little bit of that game that I watched, I was more curious as to why you guys didn't try to run the ball more. It seems like y'all are trying to force the issue that DJ is a passer instead of just winning with what your strength is at the time.
Well, we did. Listen, after the rain delay, we went to almost strictly running. Okay. That was the intent. They said we're going to have to win this game running the ball because they're trying to take away the deep pass. They're trying to basically bracket us. And what I don't get is why we didn't have more motion in the backfield, more misdirection.
True.
And why we didn't do any tight ends over the middle. I mean, these are just simple things that a dummy that doesn't coach.
Yeah.
And knows a little bit about football.
Well, and you've seen it the last 7-8 years as a Clemson fan. You've always thrown over the middle with the tight end. You've always had misdirection and motion.
The slot back.
Yes.
We don't have Renfro. That's the problem.
And I feel like it had less to do with Georgia Tech's defense. I had feeling it had more to do with.
Yes, it had more to do with Clemson's offense sputtering.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're right.
No, that's a good take, Colby. That's very true.
Frustrating as hell. I'll just say, as a Clemson fan, knowing that you got all that talent. I mean, seriously, they have so much talent,
and that's why it's so hard to believe. And I don't want to say it wrong, but it seems wrong. But it doesn't seem right at the same time. I don't know what to believe.
It's coaching, and this is what happens when you get good teams and you see all that talent getting wasted. Ohio State, they're wasting talent. Ohio State had a really close game for no good reason. Again, they lose one to Oregon. They had a fairly close. I mean, what are you doing, people?
Yep.
What?
It gets old.
Okay, and this is what I will say, though. This is out of not respect, but in defense of Clemson. Clemson had a 2-hour rain delay. Not many teams have done great after rain delays, and that is when the most upsets happen. Whenever all the momentum and the hype wears off from sitting in, and then all of a sudden the other team.
There was no momentum or hype in the
no excuse.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech.
No. I agree. I'm just saying that's what's tough to me is because it's hard to even think of what the heck happened. But
they had almost an hour and 40 minutes to figure out and after the first 2 quarters how to attack that Georgia Tech defense. And they came out and they still had to eke out a win.
They crapped the bed.
How bad is that?
Well, and
Georgia, honestly, in my opinion, Georgia Tech should have won that game.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. They basically snatched the feet out of the jaws of victory. Thank you, Collins, for doing that. But at the same time, Clemson's D did fuck up. I mean, they did get serious. I mean, they even said, we always bow up. We're not, even if you're at the 2-yard line, coming in our end zone, you ain't getting in. That's what they said. They said that was the discussion they had, which is good. Yeah.
Clemson's defense is definitely top 3 in the nation.
Yeah.
Top 3 in the nation.
I would say top 3 to top 5, yeah.
Their offense and their offensive coordinator, I don't know what's going on.
Bottom 115 to 129.
Yeah, they have the weapons. They have the talent.
Well, what Georgia Tech did was they exposed Clemson, because the one thing that Georgia did that people didn't believe was real, because Georgia was a good defense, Georgia Tech exposed Clemson because DJ, he only wants to throw the ball downfield. He just wants to throw deep balls. So whenever they took away that and they just left the intermediate routes, the little short 5 to 10, 5 to 15-yard routes, DJ doesn't like throwing those. That's why he hesitates so much. Yeah, he doesn't have touch. He just hesitates. He waits on the deep ball to come open too much, and by then it's too late. He's got to scramble, or he's got to hit the check down, or he's throwing the ball over the top, or it's going over his head or out of bounds. Like, Georgia Tech exposed Clemson, but if you guys get what I'm saying, against Georgia, you could do that and you'd go, oh no, it's just because Georgia's defense is good. They wouldn't say, yeah, exactly. Same thing for Florida against Alabama, Michael Vick, and I said that. Alabama was going to struggle with Florida's offense because Florida actually has 2 quarterbacks that are bigger than most of the running backs in all of college football. So whenever you're sitting there handing the ball off on an RPO, the DN, the outside linebacker, and the safety have to stay. Why? Because if you bite in the middle, that quarterback's gone for 15, 20 yards, if not more.
Yes.
So whenever you have to stay, now we're handing the ball off up the middle. And guess what happens? That running back's gone for 10, 15, 20 yards. In Alabama, and you saw they changed towards the end of the game, they tried so hard to stick with that bullcrap 4-3 defense. And it just would not work. Florida kept running the ball. And they finally switched to having 3 down linemen, 2 outside linemen. They basically ran a 3-5. They had 3 down linemen, 2 outside linebackers come up on the edge.
It worked a little bit more, but
yeah, it worked a little more, not great. But I think that just goes to show Alabama has been trying to recruit and play to their strength, and their strength.
Georgia's year.
Yeah, their strength is not strong. Alabama. What's up, bud?
Let me ask you a question. If you had a coach, a head coach, and an offensive coordinator say, well, they just surprise us with their defensive scheme, so we that's why we struggle.
So say that again.
This happened with our game. Georgia Tech surprised us. We never seen it before. They surprised us with their defensive scheme, and that's why we struggled, offensively. Now, Saban Do you think Saban would ever say that?
No.
But you said with Georgia Tech's defensive scheme?
Yeah, that's what they said at press conferences. They surprised us. We've never seen it before. How can you admit you're that stupid?
I think he's just coming up with an excuse. Like I said, he's trying to sound like a head coach.
You can't be that stupid in the press conference.
I know. I think Dabo just likes to avoid questions. And whenever that popped up, he just said
avoiding them by saying, yeah, we suck, and it's on me, and we better fix it, or else I need to be fired. I want to hear him say that out loud.
Well, this was another thing, too, though, with the Alabama-Florida game. I thought this was nuts. So usually teams will try to play as vanilla as they can until they play a big game where they don't show their cards too early. Alabama and Florida both showed their cards in that game, and neither one of them looked crazy good. The only reason Florida was in that game was because of their run game, which Georgia has the best defense and the best rushing defense in the nation. And Alabama, the only reason they look good in that game is because I guess some of their offense, but then they struggled with their offense in the second half. So maybe you chalk that up to inexperience at the quarterback position, but all I know is whenever Alabama was running the ball all over Miami, that's all I heard from Bama fans was that their running backs were the best in the nation.
You know what I think about Alabama? Alabama doesn't have a good quarterback. I mean, they have good quarterbacks. Bryce Young is a great quarterback, don't get me wrong. But he's not the quarterback that led them to the national championship like Tua or all the other ones.
And let's say this. The difference between Bryce Young and all of those quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts had game experience, was a veteran, all right? Tua had game experience, was a veteran. Mac Jones, game experience. I think was a fourth-year player, was a senior when he played. Bryce Young is a redshirt freshman, if not a sophomore. So that's the difference right there is just the leadership, and then the experience. And I think
you know what the C is?
Who's
their backup?
Yeah, I know. We usually hear a lot about the backup.
Yeah, no one.
No
one.
Same thing with Clemson.
Yeah, same. And it's almost like it's caught up, like people have always known Clemson and Alabama to have quarterbacks that these other guys are trying to go other places, and now it's like a
same thing at Ohio State too, by the way.
Yeah.
And you know who's Georgia's quarterback?
Yeah, everybody knows Georgia's quarterbacks.
I'm about to fucking hang up this phone. Stetson Bennett. Y'all made me say it.
Who is Stetson Bennett?
I don't know. You ever seen the Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, you seen the prequel, The Hobbit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the main character.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah. Dude, I'm going to have to put a side-by-side of them up tomorrow when I do a pop-up stream, and I'll put them as the cover of the video.
So he's
even got the red hair like Georgia Red.
Look at these teams, though. Look at Bama. They're vulnerable. Now, Florida exposed them. Clemson's been exposed. Okay, they're exposed. Ohio State's been exposed. Oklahoma has been exposed.
Yes.
So in UCLA, they went down the tubes this weekend.
Yeah.
Notre Dame ain't nothing. I mean, come on. I don't know how in the hell Purdue let that game go. But anyway, that makes me mad. And so you start to look down the line here. Alabama and Georgia really are 1 and 2, with Florida being a pretty good third.
I see what you're saying. They're definitely in top 5, top 10. They're in top 10 for real at like number 9. But yeah, we're saying just because of how they played, that definitely puts them in top 10.
Top 5 or top 10. No.
Well, the only reason I would say that is who you putting above them. I'm not putting Clemson above them. I'm not putting Oklahoma.
I see where you're coming from, but
yeah, I know what you mean. I don't think they're a top 10 team as far as how good they are, but I can't think of anybody. I'm not putting Clemson above them. I'm not putting Ohio State above them. I'm not putting Oklahoma.
Put Clemson above Florida?
Hell no. Florida would have damn white.
I would definitely put Clemson above Florida right now.
Because of their defense, yes, but Florida's offense would have beat Georgia Tech by 77.
Oh, they would make Clemson look like child's play on that field.
You think so, Paul?
Yeah.
Because you got to think, Georgia Tech just got beat by Northern Illinois.
We've played 2 Division I teams, and we've only scored 17 points.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you got to think about recruiting first of all, right? Dabo can recruit. Dabo can recruit.
Dabo's the better recruiter for sure. I'm just saying Clemson's their roster's loaded. Georgia Tech probably has like no 5 stars, maybe 3-4 stars on their entire roster.
Y'all really think Florida would beat Clemson right now?
I think it would be a good game, but I don't see Clemson. If Clemson can't score against Georgia Tech, I don't think they would score against Florida.
How are they going to score against Florida?
Yeah. That's the only thing. Now, would it be a different thing if they played? Yes, because Clemson might step up. It may go one way or the other, but
they play down to their competition.
That's what they do. They definitely play down. But
Florida or Clemson?
Clemson.
We always play down, man. We haven't gotten over that hangover of Clemsoning still.
Yeah.
As much as Dabo hates it, that's what happens.
Well, and another thing that I would say is I'm really looking forward to Ole Miss. I think Ole Miss is decent. I mean, they're not decent, they're good, but I think if they can go through their schedule, we'll see when they play Alabama, because I feel like Ole Miss has a better offense than Florida.
Yeah, Alabama really needs to look out.
What you mean, why are UGA fans worried about Bama? Bama's the only team that has kept us from a national championship the last 8 years. You want me to be worried about Georgia Tech? You want me to be worried about Charleston Southern? You want me to be worried about damn Stetson Bennett? Come on, The Real TV. Why you ask that question? Duh, we worried about Alabama. We're not worried about Miss Mullen. Like, but I get what he's saying. I know he's an Alabama fan. He's saying, like, but that's the only thing. Alabama has always kept us from our dreams. I'm sure they keep everybody and their mother from their dreams. You know what I mean? So I get that part.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to watch.
I know what you mean, but The Real TB, I'm a fan, so I can worry about that. If I was on the football team or a coach, he said, worry about your next opponent, not a possible opponent. If I was on the team or a coach, it would be 1 week at a time. But I'm a fan, so I can worry about Oregon next year at the beginning of the year.
Well, easy money this week. Come on, we'll give you some easy money.
What? We play Vanderbilt.
Pick NC State, or Thunder, whatever. But you're gonna get easy money on that game because NC State watched that Tech game and Clemson's playing them at NC State. They have us as a double-digit winner over them, and that's easy money. Just run to the bank.
You're saying you want me to bet on North Carolina State
over Clemson at North Carolina State? Yes, sir.
How much am I putting on them?
Oh, don't do too much, but just 20
He said not too much.
Well, because you never know, like a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I was surprised so much is, how did Clemson score 49 points against, was it South Carolina State?
Hey, you know what I'm really worried about? Tiger Baskins and Hunter Billy? I'm sorry. So Alabama does play Southern Miss this year. Easy win this next Saturday. But after that, they play Ole Miss, and then right after that, they got Texas A&M. Do you see one of those games?
Yeah.
Do you see one of those games lost?
No, they're going to have one loss there. For sure. There's no way. And I don't think it'll be Jimbo because Jimbo opened his mouth. Oh, Ole Miss.
I feel the opposite way. I feel like Jimbo has a little bit of spite in him. And
he don't have a QB like Ole Miss does. QB's beat Bama. You know that.
Yeah, that's true. But those are two dangerous games back to back.
Yes, sir. But they have to play. They have to play on, like you said, back to back. They have to prepare for them. And the one thing that they will not, I don't think anyway, was Saban. He ain't no way in hell he's going to allow Jimbo Fisher to prophetically claim he's going to whoop their ass and do it. So he may try to get around the Ole Miss problem, but he is damn well not going to let Texas A&M do it.
Who?
Saban.
Oh, yeah. The Ole Miss Bama game, I think, will be the best game of the West. Because I think we can agree Ole Miss has a better offense than Florida.
Yep.
We saw Florida struggle against damn Florida International. Like that's
gonna be great.
Yeah, I was surprised about that.
But wouldn't it be so nice to see Lane Kiffin beat Nick Saban?
No, I want him to lose. I want Kirby to be the first one to beat him. No, I know Lane. Though Lane has played. Lane has played Saban the best out of any of his. Well, since Kirby, since Kirby's come along, Kirby's played Saban good, but Lane for some reason seems to be able to score a lot of points on Saban. Even when he's had really good defenses, Lane is able to put up a crap load of points.
Yeah, but Jimbo has a good roster. Got a lot of people coming back. I know they're missing their starting quarterback, but this game is going to be on October 9th. He might be back. He might not be.
Jay's right, though. Jay's right. Arkansas is better than A&M. I do believe that. Actually, watching A&M and watching Arkansas, I think Arkansas is a much more.
Arkansas is. Yeah, I am so proud of Arkansas, to be honest.
They are doing some damn good stuff.
He's
right.
Am I supposed to be sad about saying about that?
No. You're not.
Proud of him.
And I'll say because I know earlier the Real TB said Alabama's played 2 top 15 teams, and I was like, and I know Georgia's played a top 3 team in Clemson, and then now if Arkansas beats Texas A&M, maybe Arkansas gets into the top 10 or top 12, whatever it is. So in my eyes, though, I really don't care who we beat. The whole point is we could beat 12 top 15, top 20 teams. The only team that stopped us from winning the national championship is Bama. That's it. So it's like, I don't care if we're number 2 the whole season. I don't care if we're number 3 the whole season. I don't care. Like, it's just when we get to the SEC championship, I have a feeling that Bama's going to beat Ole Miss. They're going to beat Texas A&M. They're going to beat everybody, and we'll see them in the SEC championship.
They're going to beat Florida in the SEC championship?
Ha, 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 ha. Yeah.
That's funny.
But, no, I'm just, that's kind of my ordeal with it. Like, you got to respect Saban.
Texas T-Sit Central said, did y'all see Carolina Jackpot's live stream last night?
Yes. Oh, agree. Mommy's Toys.
Did y'all see that?
I saw the live stream on Lou's. Carolina Jackpot was drunk as a skunk, boy. And then his wife came out and was like, can you just be quiet? Can you not talk? Yeah. Can you not just – and he's just like – he looked like a dog getting in trouble, bro. I know, Mommy's Toys. Trust me.
I know
you preach to the choir, bro.
More than me, but
yeah, well, he I think
that poor guy.
God bless him. He's unfortunately living a cursed life. Being a Carolina fan, I don't even know
what you talking about, Pizza Woman? Yeah, he's a South Carolina fan. You know how much that sucks, man. At least Clemson's.
That don't make you drink nothing, Will.
Yeah. His wife walked out, and he was looking at the camera, reading comments and everything. He looked up when his wife come out. It's like he saw a ghost or something.
Yeah, and then she walked away, and he flicked her off. I was like, what in the world, bro? I thought it was funny. But look, y'all.
But nonetheless.
I'd only planned to go an hour today, but we're almost at 2.
Ask you something.
What's up?
Let me ask something real quick. Cincinnati, that offense.
Yeah.
Right? And so we got them really rolling on offense. And then who's the next big offensive team?
I mean, hey, the only one I can think of is Ole Miss, just because they beat Tulane like that.
Okay.
I don't. So and I thought Oklahoma was really good, and Oklahoma almost got beat by Nebraska. So
I'm thinking Ole Miss and Cincinnati looking really good offensively. And is any defense out there available that can, throttle them back, 35%, 30%?
Well, and I know as a Georgia fan, people probably expect me to say, Georgia, yeah, we have a really good defense. Nobody's going to be able to stop. That's why I told you earlier, the best defenses in the nation rarely win the national championship. We had one of the best defenses in the nation and gave up, 40 to Oklahoma in the Rose Bowl, 47 or 48. Like, good defenses are good, but when you play against a good offense that knows how to adjust and alter, then that's different, bro. Like,
Yeah,
it becomes
it's
difficult.
dynamic and
but that was also double overtime.
It's hard.
Yeah, and it went to overtime. That's right. So it just, it's one of those things where good defense is good, but having a good offense right now seems to be better. And I would like to see, though. That's why I can't wait to see us against Arkansas and Arkansas and Florida, and then in the SEC championship game, I would like to see the same thing.
Well, what about Baylor? Baylor's looking.
I need to watch them. I've heard, but how are they doing?
You know that. I mean, I get it, but it's Baylor. I mean, come on. Until they really do something over and over and over again for years, they've been on the periphery for so long. But Cincinnati's broke through. I think they've broken through, and so that one I can understand. And any of the other teams, I mean, Ohio State,
not lying.
Yeah, but it's going to be hard for me to believe in Baylor if they haven't done it on a consistent basis. That's my thing. Yeah. I hope it's going to be another great weekend. This next weekend is going to be fun too. We're going to have some. The separation will continue.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
will.
I know what you mean. That margin is getting greater. One, that's what's been so weird, y'all, is college football this year, and all y'all like that are listening right now, I'm sure you can say the same thing. Everybody looks different. I mean, even if it's down to Georgia's offense throwing the ball, and this is what I tried to tell somebody earlier today. Georgia scored on 2 straight drives, and then we threw Stetson in and threw a pick. You guys realize JT is so good with the offense. This man had a chance at scoring 3 straight, 4 straight, or 5 straight drives. We could have had 35 points in the second quarter against an SEC team, not UAB, but an SEC team. And when Kirby came and messed that up, it's like you could tell we had to restart our engine. We had to get everything back together again and then get it rolling again, which was nice to see, but we should have beaten them by more than 40. Or, we should have scored more than 40 points. And that's where I know Kirby doesn't like to score a whole lot. He likes to do the whole keep it conservative type deal. But you know how nice it would have been to score 50 or 60 on them?
I was going to say like 52 to
yes.
9.
I know.
I know it's 40 to 16, but
the thing. So now I know we want to piss. I hate South Carolina too. Trust me, you have no idea. But at the same time, give them a little bit of credit. They are getting better. Really
Shane is definitely a better coach than Will Muschamp.
Yeah, they're a much better team. I even know that Florida State is going to get better. I mean, they already are started to turn. I know they had a crappy week, and they lost those stupid games to Jacksonville State and all that stuff. They should never have lost. But if you just hang on, they look much more like a real team. And nothing's in a straight line. Improvement never goes in a straight line. It goes up, down,
Agreed.
jags, back and forth. So they're on an upward trajectory. They'll get there at some point here. But yeah, I feel bad for the fans because it has to be painful. Oh my God!
I don't feel bad for USC Junior. Go Dogs! Love y'all too.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad for
Be
him.
safe, Colby.
I feel bad for the coach who's trying to resurrect them.
Yeah.
He's trying to resurrect them. And he's doing all he can, right?
Wait, Colby, did you just leave?
Colby jumped.
All right, see you, big dog, if you can hear me.
You need to go. You're tired.
Yeah, it's all good. It was good to talk to y'all, though. I thought this was fun. Felt good to move around and feels good to get up. I can tell, though, after about 2 hours now, I can tell that I need to be blowing my nose and back to drinking a lot of fluids and stuff. It kind of hits me after a bit, but
the fireballs are good.
Man, I thought about it, but I feel like that would kick my tail.
No, you're sick as hard.
That would definitely kick my tail. But thank you, dude. I appreciate you calling in. All of y'all, appreciate y'all jumping on. This was freaking awesome today. I didn't plan on doing this, and I just, I didn't want to let y'all down. I didn't want to let myself down. So tomorrow I'll try to do a call-in stream if I feel better. That's my hope, is that I feel better. And from the get-go, we'll talk some college football, and I'll give y'all more insight on how I feel about Georgia and the defense and all the stats and the analytics, because I love that kind of stuff. But today I just felt like hanging out. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you, John Kelly. Thank you, Huff Billy Paul. You the GOAT.
No, you the GOAT.
All right, fine.
How can I be the GOAT when you the GOAT?
I'll be the GOAT then. That's fine. But all right, I'll see you later, Huff Billy.
Later, guys. Bye.
See you, bud. Good deal. Great stream. For sure. Shout out to all of y'all. Tanel Calvino, John Kelly, Pizza Woman, Joey Foster, Jay Shipes, Huffer Billy Paul, Kobe. Who else we got in here? I think I already said Joey Foster, but I'll say it again. Joey Foster, Alex, what's up, big dog? Move Sawyer inside and keep Broderick going. Oh, I like that. I didn't see that earlier. I didn't see you say that. Who else we got? I know I had the Real TB in here earlier. Yes, sir. Thank you, Real TB. He said a good comment. He said, good defense looks like it's making a comeback this season. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. That is a little trippy. Alex, I did see Broderick finally play, and I'm very, very happy to see that. Proud of Broderick Jones. He's a freaking beast. Mommy's Toys, thank you for showing up as well. Texas Tea Sip Central, thank you for showing up too. And I think that's everybody, guys. So thank y'all. If you can hit the like button as you leave, I appreciate it. TB about to get something to eat, something to drink, about to turn on the TV show The Witcher on Netflix. If y'all haven't seen it, it is amazing. Maybe not amazing and fantastic, but it's amazing. So I agree with that, Alex. Alex, I need you to call in tomorrow when I do my pop-up stream. We can talk some Georgia, because there were a lot of things that I saw yesterday. But y'all, TB is out. Peace.